A worker uses a remote control to operate a tracked, robotic mower cutting tall grass and thick weeds. A multi-wheeled girder transporter moves a large, precast concrete bridge section along a completed bridge deck for installation by a launch girder. Fishermen on small boats are surrounded by a massive school of fish actively thrashing in the ocean water. An aerial view shows a small red combine harvester cutting a curved pattern into a field of golden rice or grain crop. A groundskeeper uses a long blade hedge trimmer to precisely shape and cut a very tall, dense hedge. A large green and yellow tractor pulls a multi-furrow plow, turning over dark brown soil in a field demonstration. A road construction machine with a small wheel attachment cuts a precise edge on newly laid asphalt. A large combine harvester cuts and processes a field of grain crops, likely millet or sorghum, on a sunny day. Maker is using a batch roller machine to pull and stretch a roll of hot, dark blue taffy sugar mass. harvesting machine is seen digging up and pulling green onions from the soil in a field. Construction workers are using a concrete roller paver machine to level and smooth fresh concrete poured from a truck. An excavator attachment with rotating jaws and teeth is grinding and clearing a large amount of dense green undergrowth and vines. A red sunflower combine harvester moves through a field, efficiently cutting and harvesting the sunflower heads. An elevated drone shot captures a large car ferry transporting trucks across a wide river, connecting a curved road on the bank. A man guides a small, red, walk-behind peanut harvester that digs up rows of peanut plants in a field. A specialized railroad hopper car moves slowly, dumping ballast, gravel onto the tracks for construction or maintenance. A yellow excavator with a tree shear attachment efficiently cuts down a tall tree in a forested area. tractor is pulling a peanut digger implement, which lifts and turns peanut plants to dry on the field surface. An excavator-mounted hydraulic vibratory hammer is driving a steel sheet pile into the ground at a muddy construction site. A person climbs the tall stairs to the cab of a massive mining dump truck in a dusty quarry area. A CNC lathe machine is using a cutting tool to precisely machine threads onto a rotating metal bar. A compact tracked boom crane tests its capacity by lifting heavy counterweights marked up to 20 tons. An overhead view shows a small red combine harvester efficiently cutting and threshing golden rice plants in a paddy field. A mechanical tomato harvester drives through a field, picking and sorting red tomatoes onto a conveyor belt for a truck. A CNC machine uses a router bit to precisely cut a curved edge and shape a stack of laminated wood blocks. A large semi-trailer expands with hydraulic systems, unfolding into a luxurious, portable event hall with an ornate ceiling. A large excavator with a single shank ripper attachment is breaking up massive rocks and hard ground in a quarry. A tow-barless pushback tractor maneuvers to engage the nose gear of a large passenger airplane at an airport gate. An excavator with a specialized riddle bucket attachment scoops up soil, sifting out garlic bulbs from the dirt. A massive jade boulder is being drilled and cut to create a large, polished green table and stools. A large tree feller buncher cuts down a tree, followed by a stump grinder attachment removing the remaining stump. Precision, wood lathe uses a metal tool to carve and shape a rotating piece of light brown wood. A milling machine is precisely shaping a metal sphere held in a rotary chuck, creating a ball-shaped part. A person operates a large, track cutting saw mounted on a frame to cut precise lines into a wall. A large, specialized track-laying machine automatically positions and lays concrete rail ties onto a gravel bed. A machine uses robotic arms and extrusion printing to rapidly 3D print a curved, blue plastic tube. A small road shoulder paver attached to a dump truck is laying down and compacting dirt on the roadside. A large, yellow rail laying machine is seen placing new concrete railroad ties onto the gravel bed as it moves forward. A worker operates a peanut combine harvester that digs up and separates peanuts, dumping the nuts into a trailer. A farmer operates a small, ride-on corn harvester that cuts stalks and collects yellow corn cobs in the field. A woodworker is using a spindle sanding machine to smoothly round the corner of a piece of reddish wood. A worker using a machine to wrap a giant, green cylindrical tank with fiberglass filaments in a continuous winding process. A lathe cutting tool faces up and smooths a spinning metal disc, creating a shiny, clean surface. A severely overloaded pickup truck is pulling a trailer, both carrying an extremely tall load of square hay bales. A railroad excavator uses a specialized grapple to lift and precisely place concrete rail ties on the gravel track bed. An automated oxy-fuel cutting machine precisely cuts a sawtooth pattern into a thick steel plate, creating sparks. A large road grader is using a side-mounted blade to efficiently cut and clear overgrown grass and dirt from the road edge. A crane-mounted machine carefully wraps a bare tree with a metal cage and netting for transplanting or protection. A rice combine harvester moves through a field, cutting and gathering the tall, golden brown rice stalks. Workers are using a hay bale spear attachment on a machine to lift and stack square hay bales onto a tall truck trailer. machine is seen precisely unloading and placing concrete sleepers onto the track bed. A CNC plasma cutting machine is shown precisely cutting and shaping a large I-beam in a factory setting. A red tractor is shown next to vibrantly green rice paddies with distinct rows, suggesting a rice field treatment. A large yellow and red XCMGXS L1000 track drill rig is being transported on a heavy-duty flatbed trailer. A wheel loader with a grapple attachment is seen lifting and moving a large steel plate across a muddy construction site next to a field of yellow flowers. A powerful industrial machine rapidly strips bark and wood from a large, rotating log. A large concrete pump boom pours fresh concrete onto a steel-reinforced construction deck near a tower crane. A worker feeds a stalk of sugarcane into a small, specialized peeling machine in a cane field. plastic preforms are heated and blown into full-sized bottles on an industrial manufacturing assembly line. A machine uses textured rollers to efficiently strip the bark off a rotating log in a wood processing facility. A large crane attachment is used with orange textile slings to safely lift a heavy yellow pipeline section. Are using a forage chopper machine to shred dry stalks and green corn plants into fine silage. A tractor with a harvesting attachment digs up and exposes red sweet potatoes in a brown soil field. Construction workers are installing large anchor nuts onto the base flange of a newly placed wind turbine tower section. A red harvesting machine digs up rows of pink sweet potatoes, leaving them exposed on the soil. A small tractor-powered corn shucker machine is being loaded with harvested corn cobs from a pile on the ground. A large plastic injection molding machine produces blue plastic pallet while a worker inspects the product. insulated hauler dumps a large pile of gravel of aggregate into a deep trench, while an excavator operates nearby. A tree service worker uses a chainsaw to precisely cut a large notch into a thick tree trunk. Workers manually load seedling trays onto an automatic transplanting machine pulled by a tractor in a field. A huge yellow XCMG XLC 13,000 tracked crane operates in a wide, empty field for wind turbine construction. A woman feeds wooden debris into a large wood chipper at a demolition or processing site. A fictional, extremely long red limousine attempts to navigate an urban highway, clipping the central barrier. A remote-controlled track more efficiently cuts dead weeds and vegetation in fields and on embankments. A red tractor with a specialized plowing attachment creates two wide, neat soil-rich berms in a cultivated field. operator with a bucket is digging up and burying rows of lush green crops, likely peanuts, in a field. A front-end loader in a shipyard is pushing a massive red ship on airbags for a ship launching or dry docking operation. Workers operate a corn packing machine that fills large mesh sacks with freshly harvested corn cobs. Shipyard workers are repairing a giant marine engine using a heating system on a large crankshaft bearing. A worker uses a high-speed rotary tool to engrave a detailed rooster design onto a black stone surface. paver is laying a fresh strip of dark asphalt onto a new road at a large, dusty construction site. Excavator loads dark, wet mud sediment into a green dump truck on a dirt construction site. A modified blue Ford tractor with dual exhaust pipes plows a field, emitting a large plume of black smoke. A semi-truck carrying a large white object is engulfed in flames and thick black smoke on a highway overpass. A subway or light rail train car is being lifted by cranes off a flatbed trailer at a rail yard near a city construction site. A woman performs a low-impact run on a water treadmill in a specialized glass and steel aquatic fitness machine. A large Caterpillar excavator efficiently loads massive scoops of rock and dirt into a waiting dump truck in a deep pit mine. A potato harvester attachment digs up potatoes, leaving them scattered in rows for manual collection into red bags. A reach stacker forklift navigates a narrow warehouse aisle, lifting and positioning a pallet on the highest rack.